content.
Yes. This is the part where we show how pro we are.
Look, I got everything working right off the bat.
Super pro. Look at that.
My
Whoa, and look, you can see us all at once.
Yeah.
It's like the Brady Bunch.
Pro streamer.
Like,
You guys any echoes?
And I can point.
They're not old.
Oh,
well, Keith is old enough.
There's Travis.
Oh,
and there's Keith. And there's Chris. See?
Oh, wait, I'm supposed to look at that way.
Yeah. It's like Family Feud, or not Family Feud. What's the
Hollywood Squares?
Hollywood Squares. Yeah.
And thank you.
I can look down where Chris is. Did I do it right?
Thanks, Debbie.
Yeah, I did. It's like I was looking down to see where you were.
I think Nubby Earwiggles has about a 20 streak going on being the first guy to give bits, by the way. I think he prides himself on it.
I'm going to practice that look down at Chris again before I put my head off the screen. Oh, I'm looking down. There you are, Chris. Oh, yeah. See, there. That was better. That was way better. And I didn't put my head off the screen. So I'll get really good at it. Oh, yeah. And see, now you're looking up at me. So we should do it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So we can
look longingly at each other.
Hey, Chris. I see you down there. Yeah. See, this is shenanigans. This is
quality content.
Yeah, super high quality content.
I feel I need to put Post-its here and there, or little pictures of you, so when Star talks, I can look down that way. Travis talks, I can look down this way.
You're blocking?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we should rehearse it so Keith, you could pass something off screen, and then I could pull it off onto my screen. You know, like. Oh wait, here I've got drawing marker. So you push that off screen, and then I'll grab it. Oh wait.
I had a little lag spot right there.
Yeah, I grabbed it from the wrong corner. wait, we gotta rehearse that a little better.
Okay,
wait,
here we go. Ready?
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Did it work? Yeah. Wait.
Hey, not bad.
That was not bad. All right, we're pretty good.
I'll look at it. I need to actually look at my Skype window.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Aloha, Lancel.
Yeah, it's like we're in the it's like we're really maintaining that illusion that we're broadcasting from the same office. People would never know.
Yeah. I think I got something in my teeth.
They would think we're actually like right next to each other, and Travis is like half my size and sitting on my lap.
Yeah, they would totally think we're stacked in boxes, just like Hollywood Squares. Here, I'm going to pass it back to you.
Okay.
There you go.
I want it.
There you go.
I'm trying to understand.
That sell?
That was really good. That was pretty good. That was totally sold it. It totally believed it.
Let's just do this for 2 hours.
Yeah,
Prison Brown, we know you think we're nerds.
I could hand my dog.
It's not really a secret.
And then Chris could pick up his dog. So something happened in the translation because my dog is 55 pounds and his dog is 5 pounds.
10.5. Yeah. He's a little chunky.
Oh.
Yeah, that would. And then all of a sudden, the illusion is about transmogrification.
Yeah,
so
we can flip some light switches. So there's some effects going on.
Yeah. So just so people understand that, why we're just fooling around here, this is not the actual live stream. This is just the pre-show. The actual live stream doesn't start till 4 o'clock. We're just messing around right now.
We've learned to.
This is where we're working out the technical kinks, making sure it sounds good. Do we sound all right? Can you hear all of us talking? And you can see us all? Yes? Great. Pre-show, best show. says Jarakith.
Yeah. Jar, you can leave QA if you're still helping. Thank you,
Right.
much appreciated. And Stugats if you're there.
Stugats.
Something else we could pass
You gotta
back.
say it like
You know what that
Stugats.
means, right?
Stugats.
Yeah.
Something else we could pass back and forth, the challenge coins. Everyone should have the challenge coin, right?
Wait, but you have a very specific one there, so
Yeah.
So we gotta match that. Gotta
Mine's
match it. Yeah, so I'll match it. Okay. So you can pass that over. Okay, I'll get that. All right, I got it. All right.
Star, can you Google Stugats before you say it again on the stream? I just said it.
You said it first, multiple times.
It's
So
the character's name. It was.
I gotta look it up now.
Stugats.
I spelled it wrong because it changed it. Do you mean stopwatch?
Yeah, we mean stopwatch.
yeah, totally. You're not saying Stugats.
No, he's doing it small.
What? Oh, I mean, I totally didn't say it again. But this is the pre-show. It's okay to do it on the pre-show.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah, because this isn't the real live stream. Should we happen to be on the live stream, we would not say such words.
You know, I've heard this like, so I grew up in Long Island, and of course there's words like flying left and right, and I just never knew what it meant, and now I do. I could have spent my whole life not knowing what that meant, Travis, and now you've ruined it.
You worked with Tommy Spampanato. You should know this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Googling it.
So it's like Anchorman, you know, when they leave the mic on, or they give the teleprompter to him, and he just, you know, he's like
keeps reading everything.
Tell San Diego to F off. F you, San Diego. The city of angels. Everyone knows that San Diego is Dutch for Wales. I'm not going to say what a Wales lady bits. Thank you, John Marcus, for the 100 bits.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Does everyone have plans, fun plans for the weekend?
I kicked my kid out of the house, so no, I'm going to work actually.
Cool. Gonna work on crafting specializations, which are not specializations. Are we gonna call them something?
Oh yeah,
different?
we can talk about that too. That's another thing we should probably give updates on. Let's see.
Okay.
Crafting, not
general
specializations.
Crafting everything's. Crafting all the things.
Let's see.
I'm gonna go see Stuber. Excited about that. Looks funny.
That looks good.
I'll pull up IMDb.
It's got Dave Bautista in it.
Hey, Star, since you always bring it up, are you excited about the new Cats movie?
Oh my God!
Is that real?
It's gonna be better than Cats.
I'm excited about it.
Really, you're excited by it?
Yeah.
It's
weird.
If you are a furry, it's a dream come true.
Not a furry, but yeah, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, it's wow. It is that is. I did have to watch the trailer because I saw a bunch of Facebook insanity about it and people going, and then there were like articles of like, I've seen the Cats trailer and I have questions, and there were a lot of things of like, and now there's a cat wearing a fur coat, but not a cat fur coat, an actual fur coat on a cat, and
so like Silence of the Lambs.
So
they're all kind of small too, because you can see the doors are huge.
Well,
so somehow he's got like a tiny cat-sized coat.
Yeah.
Right. So
it's all tiny cat size.
So they're catables. Like.
So I think it's a coat made of cats. Maybe it's a
rat. I don't
coat.
know. So there's all sorts of, and that's just like one of many questions, and so it's, and then like Taylor Swift's cat has like a glitter purse full of catnip somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's, I mean, wow, it's so.
That's what made me think it was a joke almost, was because there were so many big names, and it just kept being like, there's Judi Dench, and there's Idris Elba, and there's Rebel, and there's Taylor Swift. Look, this can't be real. There's too many big names in this. There's Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, yeah, wow. It's, I'm just, yeah.
So I don't think the furries are going to be into it because they didn't really sexualize them at all. They didn't really.
Whoa.
Like they hit a lot of like look like even for the girls they weren't like trying to accentuate any body parts. Using my hand, see where my hand is. My hand was kind of in this section.
Yeah, I think we're gonna stop going there, Chris. Like,
what?
In the live stream, we're gonna stop having that part of the discussion. But anyway. Yeah, so that looks like a very interesting movie, I will say. So, wow.
Oh no.
I don't know any cat songs, or else I'd sing a cat song for you, John.
You don't know Memories?
You don't know Memories?
The only version of Memories I know is the version David Letterman sang. I've never actually seen Cats. I hate to admit it. It's now kind of like the thing I wear with pride. Like some people are like, I've never seen Star Wars. I've never seen Cats, but the David Letterman version was midnight and the kitties are sleeping. That's pretty much all I remember, because he didn't know it either.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's really good, right?
That's really good. It's really good. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. It's something else. Yeah. On the other hand,
already is what you're saying.
His Dark Materials trailer looks good. Looks great. Like, that looks awesome. So much better than the movie adaptation that was done before. So I'm excited about that. If you haven't seen that trailer looks great. I don't know if you read those books, but those books were.
Heard good things.
Yeah, they were good. Although they got really, really weird and very dark at the end. But good, but very weird and dark at the end. So, but the new HBO, His Dark Materials looks great. So excited by that.
Oh, guys, the guys I told that we're done testing and you can leave. Okay, wait, oh, Jar's still here. Never mind. Yeah, they're still trying to repro.
Oh, this is the bouncing thing?
Yeah. Top men are on it.
Top men are on the bouncing.
That's been going on forever, by the way. I don't think that's new.
Well, it did, and then we fixed it, and it was gone for a few releases, and then it came back.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the bouncing before. That was the teleporting before that Justin one and only put in a fix for. But yeah, I think this is something slightly different.
Burning Toad and...
One and only.
Only, though he changed his name. I don't know what it is.
Travis, you look like a toy. With that sort of like blurry background, you're so small.
This is what depth of field does, and why I fight for not using cameras.
I think you're the size of an action figure right now.
Hey!
Instead of Toy Story, it's Travis Story.
Well, the adventures will go on. I zoomed my camera in and restarted it. It didn't seem to take it.
Did you toggle video on and off? I didn't.
Yeah.
Huh.
But
can't help you.
I could move my couch closer, or I could sit up. Sitting up hurts.
Oh yeah, because of your cycling accident.
Cycling incident.
Yeah. Have you been using that? Have you been using cycling accident?
Yeah, I did once. I actually did once.
Good. I'm proud of you for using that.
The EULA toss issue. You mean like that it comes up every time? Yeah, we're working on it.
Well, is that happening on live or just QA?
That should be happening everywhere. I mean, it shouldn't be happening anywhere, but it is happening everywhere.
Oh. Oh, I was only on QA, so I didn't.
Can we make pets avoid corpses? Always need to. Well, you can just right click on your pet and tell them to move. I don't know if they can avoid corpses. That might be. I think that'd be really expensive if you have pets out and they're all trying to dynamically avoid corpses. So probably not.
Especially in places where you're mowing through.
Yeah, you have a pile of corpses, they'll just freak out.
Yeah, before it's a corpse, he probably tries not to stand on it. But then when it's a corpse, it's just a thing in the world, and he probably doesn't care anymore.
Unfortunately not, sorry.
Monkey Smack, you're just imagining things. Nothing is happening right now. We're not. There's no live stream.
I need to sing.
There is no spoon.
I need to sing John Marcus' song here. But yeah, this is not a live stream. This is just a tribute. This is not the best live stream in the. I should go look at that song.
Oh yeah, that's a great song.
Are you freestyling?
What? Have you seen my daughter's freestyling video? You should.
Yes, I was impressed. Can she do the next one?
She can do 24/7 if you ask her to sing, and she's in the mood. She'll just sing and dance around. It's just funny now. She started recording herself, carrying the camera around, recording stuff as she spins around.
I was expecting to say, "Oh, that's cute," but you got a little diva on your hands there, I think.
Yeah, she's. And the thing that's really funny now is she started taking pictures and taking videos herself, and all of our devices are set to just auto upload to Amazon. So that was with my phone, and I didn't even know what she was doing. I didn't really think she was recording anything, and then my wife got on Amazon Photos, and it's like, there's the video she just took, and she's like, "This video is amazing." It's like, didn't even know it was there.
Hard no on the AoE looting, boys.
Kill fewer things.
Oh, we do need the loot threshold to 0. I made a Jira for that like 9 months ago. Do we need to find that in the bowels of Jira?
Yeah, go find it.
I'm gonna look for because this always comes up, and I'm gonna actually go make sure that I actually created this Jira and didn't just write it down on some scrap paper.
Question: for items like slice of Lord British birthday cake that we cannot drop or trade, can the weight be set to 0? Is there a reason why that wasn't set to 0?
No.
No. It should have been set to 0.
And they can destroy it, right? They should be able to destroy it.
I guess you can eat it. Right?
Or eat it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can't dump it out of your inventory, it shouldn't be anything other than 0, I would think.
I'm gonna make a new loot roll Jira, and if it's a dupe, I apologize.
Question: when will List Rostov open his Mexican restaurant again?
When would you like? Would you like to book a quinceañera or a birthday party or a romantic evening?
Oh yeah, you have to make a reservation.
Yeah.
It's only open for events, right?
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Yeah. So
I could spend half my time running a virtual restaurant, but doesn't.
I heard there were health issues that they need.
Oh yeah, there's labor issues.
Well, yeah. Wasn't there some issue about underage employment?
We solved that. That was
that was somebody with those.
That's right.
That was a fake thing, wasn't it?
Sabotage.
There was a fire in the kitchen too, wasn't there?
if you have that certain chef, he likes a lot of grease. He likes to flambe. Unavoidable. Sorry for the bugs. How is the story going? I think that's a key question.
It's going okay. You're talking about like side quests and stuff. I added a new ghost this release in Brittany's Cemetery.
They're probably asking episode 2, but yeah.
They're actually talking about the storybook thing.
We were talking about what? Sorry.
If they're talking about the storybook thing, that's actually the draft has been finished. I haven't heard what came back from proofreading it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I started reading it.
So that which lurks is, why can't we tame the dragons, but we can tame these big other creatures with more health? Because the dragons are really big and they would sort through everything. That's why.
It would look really horrible.
Yeah, it works. It works in UO when it's tile-based top-down, but the AI cannot navigate through a pot or something.
Yeah, so that's why we made
baby
wyverns.
dragons. Yeah,
that's why we made wyverns and baby dragons tameable.
We got some dead air here. I'll sing a song. Because I know they want to hear it.
Sorry, I'm writing a Jira.
Alright. It won't be easy, you'll think it's strange when I try to explain how I feel, that I still need your love after all that I've done. You won't believe me, all you will see is a girl you once knew, although she's dressed up for the 9s, at 6s and 7s with you. I had to let it happen, I had to change, couldn't stay all my life down at heel, looking out of the window, staying out of the sun. So I chose freedom, running around trying everything new, but nothing impressed me at all. I never expected it to. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is I never left you. All through my wild days, my mad existence, I kept my promise. Don't keep your distance. All right, Travis, you take first 2.
That was great. That was
You're getting better and better.
So good. Wow. Just great.
Better than I can sing. And
They
I
normally-
think it's getting better.
They normally throw bits trying to stop me.
Musical connection.
Someone's asked this question a lot, actually, most people. We talked about allowing people on row lots to have an empty lot. Do we have an ETA on that? I know we talked.
No ETA.
No ETA. Working on it.
So, by the way, you will almost never get an answer for when. So, you can ask when questions, but you will almost never get an answer for. So.
We learned our lesson.
I've got
So doesn't mean we're not working on it though.
Rihanna Rogas. I heard a rumor that. Oh no, so wrong. Looking at the wrong one. Scrolling. Stop. Is a fix coming soon for the beginning area? Not sure about online, but in offline mode with 3 different characters was unable to pass the magic barrier. I did make some.
Sorry.
I made some improvements to how it detects stuff. Some players had, depending upon your settings or something, you could sort of block yourself, but it should be smarter now to, if you have sort of alternate settings or you were halfway through something, it should let you through.
I think Star should sing this one.
What?
Star, do you have the one to sing?
Hey, you made that arrangement with Star Strider. Don't push that on us.
Sing what? Why am I having to sing a song?
Because Star Strider is one of our biggest fans. He gave us 1337 bits.
I saw a question when
he gave us leaked bit amount
6
of
minutes. 6 minutes it'll start.
Cypher One Black has added a question: when will this live stream start?
6 minutes.
Right after this song. This one's for Star. Come, they told me, pa-rum-pa-bum-bum, our newborn king to see, pa-rum-pa-bum-bum. Our finest gifts we bring, pa-rum-pa-bum-bum, to lay before the king, pa-rum-pa-bum-bum, rum-pa-bum-bum, rum-pa-bum-bum. So to honor him, pa-rum-pa-bum-bum. Stop it! I Star Strider. Was that for Star singing? Because he's also singing along with you. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
When we come. Oh, this is screwed up. I can't figure out what how the lyrics are supposed to go in this because it's like David Bowie and Bing Crosby.
Crosby.
Crosby. Sorry. Yeah.
If you double it,
mix.
David Crosby. Yeah.
One's a nice person.
What? Which one's the nice one?
Bill Cosby is what he's talking about. that's who we assume you cross over.
Peace on earth, can it be? Come. Oh wait, that's the other line. Years from now, perhaps we'll see. See the day of glory. See the day when men of goodwill live in peace again. Yeah, sorry, you're supposed to be singing in between there.
I don't know this.
What? No.
That's the David Bowie.
Rum-pa-bum-bum. There you go.
All right, no more songs before. I'll do an extra song on my stream on I guess on Monday.
You should also act it out in the game at the same time. Find a stage, and then perform it out.
So this is when we need the dogs howling in the background, right? Because
they're tired.
And the dumpster truck coming up by Travis's house with his thin walls.
Yeah, I'm in the living now.
The backing up noise.
Oh yeah, and if people want to, they should be asking some tech questions as well.
Oh, I saw one that I wanted you were singing.
Oh man, they're saying strip out the first half hour before posting this in YouTube. What, and miss all the quality bullshit at the beginning?
Maybe you could split it. You could have sort of like the outtakes as its own standalone thing. And we'll see. Maybe people might like the outtakes more than like the main show.
I haven't seen that movie since
We'll take your consideration, Daniel J. McCole, under great consideration.
Don't blame us. You're the one that logged in early. It's on you. We told you what time it was going to start.
Except the YouTube viewer won't have that choice.
Ah, true. Someone can go in and mark it, though. They can go and mark where the actual thing starts.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
People go and mark like where I do songs and where I say silly things like, I only shower like twice a week now. We'll go and they'll mark stuff like that on them.
You're right on top of that, Rose.
All right, 2 minutes till we start the actual live stream, and we're slightly more serious and focused, but only slightly.
Someone says we still have that wolf naming problem. And
yes,
I just can't.
Yes, I put a JIRA, and I acknowledged it and said I put a JIRA in.
Well, that's what that was. Sorry.
And everybody asking about the EULA TOS, we know about it. I think people are trickling into the stream and asking because they all want to know. But
yeah, it's not intentional that you keep getting asked.
Yeah.
So you agree to it.
We want you to be absolutely sure you understand every single word of that each time. So it's totally on purpose.
Question, can we get the ability to remove socketed gems from armor and weapons?
Nope. Gems are intended to be consumable.
The magic sucked it in and it's melded with the materials.
Well, I think they don't care about the gem. They just care about the item. Like they want to change up. Like, hey, I'm going to be Earth Mage, and I'm going to be a Life Mage now.
Yeah. So you can put a new gem in.
You can't. Wait, can he?
Oh, maybe that's only a dev thing.
Stream hasn't started yet. Star's still trolling him.
Oh, maybe that's only a dev thing. Oh.
Ask Star, send him a private message to change your gems on any piece of equipment that you desire.
All right. Live stream is starting. Welcome to our weekly live stream. I am Star Long, aka Dark Star. Today we are going to be talking about tech stuff. And Chris is totally prepared. He has a very detailed list of all the things he is going to be talking about. And he has spent a lot of time getting all of those things ready. So be prepared to be wowed by the incredible detail that he's going to be providing you later after the news.
I got 15 minutes to figure it out.
Sure. So be prepared for all of that amazing detail. Speaking of which, with me, I have Chris Spears, a.k.a. Atos, our fabulous tech director.
A.k.a. bottom left corner.
Yes. Over there in the bottom left corner. Hi, Chris. See,
Hi, Star.
We practiced that earlier. So where I could look down at Chris at the earlier shenanigans in the pre-stream. And I also have with me Keith and Travis over there as I look over there.
Oh, I'm not mirrored.
All right. And so today, in addition to talking about technology stuff, we're going to give out prizes. How many ways are there to win a prize?
I'm going to guess 2.
That's not a guess. You knew.
That's just off the top of my head.
There are 2 ways to win a prize. You can purchase something off of our web store. Buying crowns is a great way. And you can do that as early as noon on the day of our live stream. Or no purchase required, because that is the law. You can go inside the game and type our not-so-secret phrase, which is Happy Birthday, Lord British, because Lord British's birthday was on July 4th.
It's a long phrase.
Happy birthday, Lord British. It's not very long. It's only like 4 words. How is that a long? So you can type that into chat, and you'll be eligible for the prize, and there'll be 2 prize drawings, one at 4:15 and 4:45. And speaking of Lord British's birthday, if you log in anytime during the month of July, you will get our July login reward, which is a set of Lord British birthday cake slices with a unique buff. All you have to do is log in and check the rewards button. In addition to the July login reward, there's also a rewards program you can join, which will give you unique exclusive rewards every month. And this month, they are hero themed, which has nothing to do with a certain hero themed movie that is very, very close to matching, or if not beating, the same record that the movie Avatar made. So any resemblance that these items have to certain items in that movie or other movies linked to it is purely coincidental. Disney lawyers, we were not aware of this resemblance, despite the fact that one of them is a golden jewel gauntlet, one of them is a round shield with a star, and one of them is a dragonfly wings. So we have 1 more week to get those. Release 67 exclusive rewards by being in the rewards program. So you can get those for 1 more week by being part of the rewards program and logging in to release 67. And again, if you want to be eligible for the prizes, you can say this secret phrase, or you can purchase something from the web store. And one of the things you can purchase in addition to crowns are things from the episode 2 stretch goal store or the Make a Difference stores, both of which had a 50% price drop. And I see people that seem confused about last month. No, release 67 is still live. We have not moved to release 68. And those are the 3 rewards for release 67. Now, for release 65, there were also some hero-themed stretch goals that were different from these. So you can see where there might be some confusion, but those were release 65. There were a separate set of ones. Release 67 had some other different ones.
Thank you, Vulcan Jedi. Thank you, Stink Eye Marlin. Thank you, Snugsy1.
Thank you, Snugs. Thank you, Stink Eye Marlin. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, you don't have to whisper it. You could just excuse your
Vulcan DG.
Yeah.
Vulcan Jedi, sorry. Vulcan Jedi. That is quite the combination.
All right. All right. And then, speaking of purchasing things, there's a bunch of cool stuff this week in the Crown Shop, including some cool new lot decorations. There's a fancy storage shed, a large fancy pavilion, a small fancy pavilion, and a cool new greenhouse. It's an angled greenhouse. It's actually built to sit up against a house or sit up against walls. It's a pretty neat addition to any lot. And there's some cool new items. Vault. They're in honor of the start of the summer. They're all sort of flame and fire themed, including some things that were from the summer, some previous summer telethons, so they've never been available for sale before, including the cool question mark and exclamation hats, the flame-shaped shield, the flame-shaped scimitar, large tiki head, flame trap decoration, and it's also the Tower Townhome that was one of the very first tower homes with the very creative name of Tower Townhome.
Before we have to find that, thank you, Star.
Yeah,
Tower Town.
Yeah, Tower Town. That's when we weren't worried about trying to be creative with our naming conventions. And those are available in the vault for the next 2 weeks, so check them out. And some other important updates. So last week we announced Avatars Radio was going to be taking a break while Amber had a much-needed surgery and recovery. But we are happy to announce that Chris had a meeting with Amber and the Avatars Radio group, and we have figured out a way that we are going to be able to keep Avatars Radio operational.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Nice.
So
first official announcement, but I should point out the other thing is we're not taking over Avatars Radio. She just wanted someone she felt she could trust and could not get her into trouble. So we are babysitting it while she is recovering. She said we could talk a little bit about just she's having some spinal surgery stuff that's some pretty serious stuff, and it takes a long time to recover from. I think they told her a year, but she thinks she's going to recover quicker. I told her, don't push it. Listen to the doctors. But anyway, so we are babysitting it. We are not paying for it, although I am going to start giving some of my stream bits. I'm going to start giving 10% of my stream bits to any of the active radio station people who want it to help with their cost, assuming they have cost. But not just to Avatars Radio.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So to be clear, we're just providing the.
Damn, there's 3,000. Thank you, Catherine Rose. Sorry.
Yeah, thank you, Catherine Rose.
And also, huge thanks to Kenneth123 and Snugsy1 and Stank Eye Marlin. But
yeah. So just to be clear, we're just providing the monetary support to keep the license and for the server operational, so that we can keep broadcasting Avatars Radio. The current team that's worked, then the DJs that has been working on Avatars Radio are the same team that's going to be operating. We're not going to be running Avatar's Radio or doing anything. I'm just going to continue to just be a guest DJ, and that's literally the only involvement we're going to have.
You'll do a great job. There was no need for us to.
Yeah. The only other thing I'm going to be doing is the one thing that Amber also used to do, that she wanted someone she could completely trust. So she chose me over Star. I think she wanted Star to do it, but I'm the one that contacted her. But which is, if we need new DJs, I'm the guy that has to go in and add a license for them on the software she uses, or remove a license for it. So that's the other thing. There's also a button I may have to hit every now and then to reset a server somewhere. Just hoping that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Let's see, other news items. So I made a post in the forums about boxes. So the whole team got together this week, and based on some information that people had sent to us to support about their addresses, to make sure we have the most up-to-date addresses for those people, we sent out a bunch of boxes out to the few people that are still owed boxes. Just so everyone understands, the first 2 rounds of boxes we sent were tens of thousands of boxes, and accounted for, basically 99% of the people who were owed boxes from Kickstarter.
These are game boxes with the game plus other things inside.
Yeah. There were still a few people that did not receive their boxes as part of those first couple of rounds, due to a sort of a perfect storm of issues related to the original manufacturer shipping items to the wrong address, bugs with the shipping address confirmation, where like you'd make a purchase in the store and it would unconfirm your address, et cetera, et cetera. And then the person who was responsible, one of our former teammates who's responsible for a lot of the shipping stuff, he had to leave suddenly because of really serious back issues, and that just threw this last round of shipping into sort of disarray. But we finally have been able to circle back and get that straightened out, and we should have this straightened out in the next month or so. So, and specifically this week, we sent out one big batch of boxes, literally the last couple of days. Everyone should get their boxes in the next couple of weeks. If you do not have a box, if you do not have your box by August 16th, please send, so if you haven't gotten your box by August 16th, please send a note to support@portalarium.com with your current shipping address, and we'll make sure it is taken care of.
And just for my 2 cents on that, we got everybody who had contacted either the support or me. We have a list of 18 people that we did not have. Couldn't find like their matching pledge to their name. They said they missed something. So that means we think we shipped it, and we're now looking through. I've got a stack of boxes, I guess just at a camera site over here, that are returns that have come in that we've received. So I've got to go through those and check them. But anyway, so there's 18 people who have contacted us who didn't get stuff. But other than that, everybody should have something coming to them. And also, humorously, when we did the shipping, we use a stamps.com account, but I just used my wife's account for her little home business thing. So if you got one of these boxes, you got an email from Lemonade Couture saying that you were getting some presents, or you were getting an order shipped to you. That's actually Portalarium. But we didn't catch that until the very end, when people started writing saying, who is Lemonade Couture and why are they sending me things? That's all. You can keep going now.
Okay. Hold on, I'm responding to it.
Well, I will thank Snugsy1 Woodrow Beefcake, and Woodrow Beefcakes for the follow as well.
All right, and let's see. Next week, Release 68 goes live, and it is now, as of yesterday, on the QA server. And there's all sorts of great stuff on the QA server coming up for Release 68, including some more polish of the new user experience. The Kelworth, to be clear, we did not send out a notification of shipping. And also, if you believe that you are still owed something, please contact support.
Yeah,
so,
there's been a couple people who mentioned they're looking for stuff, so
yeah,
ping us again and
so if you believe you are still owed something, please, and you did not receive it in any of the rounds of shipping, please contact support. Please send a message to support with your current address. If you do not send a message with that current address, thank you. All right. So back to the subject at hand. QA. So QA server has lots of cool stuff with Release 68, including some of the new user polish that Keith was mentioning earlier. We have a new quest in the Brittany Graveyard. There is the mannequins are hopefully we'll have the bugs worked out on those, but mannequins should be coming in Release 68. Fishing trophies are going to now have 2 decimal places set of details versus just 1.
Awesome.
So that's going to be much better granularity in the when we have fishing contests or when players have fishing contests to see where people place first, second, or third, because it's going to be a lot more detail in that information. Player lot permissions restructure. So there's been a major restructure in the way item and lot permissions work. Tenant is now a mode. A tenant is now a role with permissions just below Kindred. So versus it being completely separate from the set of permissions, it's now better integrated in that whole thing. So we don't treat tenants specially. That's going to help clean up a lot of stuff. Also, send to bank now sends the items to the owner's bank instead of to the lot owner. And moving items on a lot no longer changes the permission setting. So a lot way cleaner there.
Yeah, I'd just like to encourage anybody, especially like town owners and guild leaders and those type of people, get some players on QA and go test that stuff. I have not, just because I've been so busy with lots of different things, including servers catching fire and other stuff, I have not been able to pay that much attention to it. But Lord Subtleton's on it, and he is paying attention to it. He's very passionate about it. He's a super smart guy. But he might need some feedback just in terms of how you guys use things. I also want to say we had a record bit donation there by Seabear, who donated 11,000 bits at once.
Awesome. Wow.
That is more than I've ever seen. I think he was trying to get just ahead of Catherine Rose.
Yeah.
Thank you, Seabear. And also, again, that will send some money to the radio guys at the end of the month.
I do not think the mannequins count as an NPC. I saw a question about the mannequins. I do not think they count as an NPC.
So we'll have some higher. They're very expensive because they're skin mesh renderers. Is the short explanation. So there will be some they won't count as 1 deco. They're going to be expensive, so you can't have 400. You would just crater the scene. So they will be more expensive than 1 singular deco, but yeah.
I was talking, I think it was maybe Ken or was it Justin who was asking, but I forget if we were either going to count it against your light total or we were going to count it for 20. Do you know what they ended up doing? I know you've had your hands on that, Travis.
I've still, they're not on QA yet. I'm not sure. I need to talk to them again. I don't remember what we decided. We talked about it. But yeah, if you guys remember UO, we could get the black hole of decos. We don't want that again.
Yeah, because each mannequin can hold basically a full set of gear. So that's a lot of stuff.
And they're all skinned meshes too, because we have posable mannequins that we have to fit those to. What's happening here?
I'm forcibly moving you to oh, you had a good looking scene. I'm sorry. It was my time. I looked.
I was actually there because I was going to profile later during the performance talk stuff.
Sorry.
Which I think is supposed to be happening now, but we've got a lot of news, so that's okay.
I didn't see move. I thought I was just changing the background. Oh, you start at the beginning? Oh, I should go to my location. Alright, never mind.
Okay. So also we've made some polish to crafting in preparation for specialization which is not specialization that's coming up. So now we display the selection power of an item when you're crafting it. So during masterwork and enchantment, you'll see the power of the effect that you're about to apply. So you'll understand the power and the rarity of that item. So you'll see that if you add for instance, if you add dexterity to an item or greater dexterity, you'll see whether that's a +1 or a +2 before you apply it to the item. Also, we now have the ability that effects can be weighted, so that that we can have a relative rarity for effects instead of them just being a completely random list. So that means that something like in the previous example, dexterity will be more common than greater dexterity in how it appears. Lights. So last release we made it so doors have persistent effects, so you can prop them open. Lights now have the same thing. So lights now have persistent effects, so you can change the default state for a light, whether you want the light to always be on or always off. Pot stewards now have access to free camera mode, aka slew. And then we finished placing all of the top tier takeable creatures in scenes. So we had started that in release 66, and we've now finished placing all of those top tier takeable creatures. Leaderboards have expanded to include consumables, and we finally added all of the Release 64 live stream items, which are the Dark Spring themed items. And then we in Release 68, the rewards program items, which are the items that you, if you're part of the rewards program, these are exclusive to them, are going to be Lord British themed. So yes, I know that most of Release 68 will be during August, but it launches during July, so we thought we'd have Release 68 items be in celebration of Lord British's birthday. So there's a cool round shield with the Lord British symbol, a silver serpent spear, and a cool leather helm with the Lord British silver serpent. Those gone.
Now that you stopped talking, the record for the most bits ever given at once didn't stand long, as Snugsy one just gave 11,400 bits.
Huh. Wow.
The radio stations and the team absolutely thanks you, Snugsy one. And he did owe me one thing, because he pointed out I fixed the pet heal. It wasn't scaling, and with the pets having got much tougher, the pet heal needed to scale. So this release, the tame pet heal will scale up with the toughness of the pet. But he poked me this morning and said the range is useless. And I looked, and for whatever reason, it was super short. And I made it the same as Healing Ray, so it'll have a good range now. So
We have an ETA on being able to repair locked items, inventory locked items. I know.
I wonder what I said earlier about ETAs and win questions. That was weird. It was like
we're working on it though.
Yeah, it's in the backlog.
Yeah, it didn't get done, I guess, but it's still working.
But soon there's going to be a lot of great tasks coming up in the backlog, because for a long time, because I'm such a mature manager and adult, if there was a Jira I really didn't like, a bug I really didn't like, I would assign it to R69 dude. And that's actually coming up now, because I've been doing that for years. So there may be a lot of trash Jiras on the R69. So it'll all get done then.
69's just
except I just cleaned all that up. So no.
And apparently the bit war continues, as Seabear has now raised it to 11,900 is the largest we've ever received.
That was
you guys are nuts, and we absolutely, totally over the top thank you, Seabear.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of amazing.
I was gonna say I was kind of slow on bits this month just because I've been so busy. I've only been streaming twice a week, and then getting Keith and Travis to stream for me. So
He took it over, and I think I did one. But I'll do another.
Yeah. So the answer is like we there are tons and tons of awesome things that we want to add to the game, and we will definitely try our best to add all of them as soon as we can. But we don't have estimates for when we will get to them, and it has not been great for us to provide those estimates.
That's true. And Star does a great job of changing the priority of tasks as they should be changed and what we should be working on. So.
Yeah, so it's been more beneficial for us to maintain some flexibility there versus provide estimates for when they will get done. So, all right. So some events to know about. There's a 2019 Summer Fashion Show contest coming up, and Lily Summer High Tea in the Garden. Both of those are in the community events section of the forum. You can check those out. And then, of course, Release 68 goes live next Thursday, but please help us by testing on the QA server, especially things like lot permissions and decorations and things like that. It would be fantastic to get some help testing on those. And then the Release 68 live stream will be August 2nd. I unfortunately will not be there because I will be taking a vacation with my family. But there will be other team members there.
That's the other thing is we all make plans, and I think everybody had kind of similar plans because we're reaching the point where the school year's about to start. And Snugsy one is now up to 12,000. Pace yourself, guys. Pace yourself. Huge thanks, Snugsy.
Yeah.
Snugsy one. I guess I have to go add like another 1,000 hit points to tamed creatures or something now. But we did not plan very well. Star is taking a vacation. I'm taking a vacation that week. And I think Lord Subtleton is also out that week. So basically the probably 3 most senior people at the studio are all out on the same week because we did not plan ahead.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Mine was on the calendar first. Let me just point that out. Mine was on the calendar first.
It's going to be all PvP full loot when you come back.
Sounds good.
Not true, not true. Don't. That's a joke. Calm down.
I will have my laptop. I'm probably going to do some streaming from there just because I can't go for a full week without you guys. And also because Maxine only lasts until about like 2 or 3 o'clock every day. So we're going to Disney World. But anyways, what's that dragon doing? But anyways, we will all be out. So that stream, Travis and Keith, you guys ready?
Oh wait, we didn't do the 415 prize drawing.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, some more people got time to get in there. We'll have to compact a little here. And we haven't actually started talking about tech stuff either.
No.
Thanks, Catherine Rose. Thanks, Stats for Shalerks. He's just trickling them in, a bunch of them. These are awesome.
Let me do the thing. I got to do a lot of work here. Let me do the thing. He's doing a thing. I should point out, you notice Bobby's not on the stream, a.k.a. Undone, Dr. Bob. He used to be showing up for the streams just to do the stuff, but he did the programmer thing and automated his job, so we now just have a button we can click and it goes and pulls data from the game, pulls the web server stuff, pulls purchases and all that stuff, compiles a list, and then generates a prize list for us. And then spits it out to the live stream channel.
A lot of people think you're doing the raffle thing.
Oh, no, I'm not doing the raffle. Stop spamming the channel with the raffle.
Happy birthday, Lord British.
Seabear won 15,000 bits.
What? Sir.
Wow. Holy moly.
Yeah, calm down a little bit, guys. Oh my god.
Save some for the other streamers. I'm really trying to push those other streamer guys. Go help those guys out some. But huge, absolute, massive thanks to you guys.
You guys are awesome.
I know you guys are messing around there and having fun. I'll go ahead and read the prize list stuff that I worked so hard to create.
Yeah, do it.
A fire Oh, and in programmer style, it's numbered from 0 to 5. There's 6 prizes there, but programmer style. And thank you, Z, as well. But anyways, Fire Dance Spin Emote goes to Radiant Woodlander. Breathe Fire Emote goes to... I always forget if it's laned. Is it Ian? No, it's laned. That's an L. No, that's all lowercase, so yeah, that's an L. Laned. There's an Ian in there as well, but there's also a laned. Ornate Fan 4-pack goes to Yukimono Starlight. Large Ornate Stone Fireplace 9-pack goes to Pavel. Marble Bathtub goes to Scarface. Hey, congratulations, Scarface.
Ooh, Marble Bathtub.
And Rustic 3-story Village Waterhome goes to Prison Bound. Congratulations, guys, and we will do this again in 15 minutes.
Oh, I love that home. That's a good home. I have one of those. It's in hometown.
And once again, huge thanks to Sea Bear, Snugs, and Catherine Rose. You guys are awesome and also silly.
Everybody.
And we absolutely
I think you guys
appreciate
just
it.
tuning in and watching us and following. We just do this to give you information and spread word about the game. That's what we do this for. So thank you guys.
Star, you want me to go down my quick list of stuff? Because remember, we're supposed to be talking like tech stuff, even though you know full well that I did no preparation for tech stuff.
No, you totally prepared.
Totally
You're
prepared.
so prepared. You've got all the preparedness. You're so prepared.
Yeah, so the problem with the EULA that you guys are seeing the EULA pop up, we're working on that right now. But that is, we had to update our cert. It's a pretty good stream for bits, by the way.
Thank you, Snugs. Thank you, Maynard. Seriously, guys. Don't have to do that.
Huge thanks, Snugs. Now it's up to
I was missing out, Star. I was missing out on the opportunity to point over to the number. Hero, he's cheering for you.
Wait,
Other
what
side?
number is over there?
Oh, no, he's pointing right at you. You did perfectly. I'm sorry.
Okay. But anyways, the EULA did not change. I had some people asking me, like, actually I've had a couple people write me and say, this is BS, this EULA sucks, why did you guys change it? And we didn't actually change it. It's always had that CYA language in there. The thing that changed though is we had to update the cert for our website, and we wanted to do a multi-year cert, and this is just for security reasons. Multi-year, multi-domain, I forget what all the other fun things are in it. But anyway, so when we updated that, we actually went to a different one so we could get a longer cert. And apparently that broke some stuff. Unity is having problems talking to this particular type of cert, and it's causing some wackiness. Our web guy Taz is yelling about how it sucks because Unity's on an old version of Mono, which is basically the C# interpreter. But anyways, we're working on it. Hopefully we'll get that worked out pretty soon so you don't have to click through that EULA every time. But just know it did not change. We know that there's some language in there that's scary. We don't care. It's just I think we're using the kind of boilerplate EULA to cover our ass on some things.
Cover your bases, yeah. That's the point of those.
So server updates. So some people watched my stream and got an update on this. So we had a thing. Oh, and the two people who are here, those two, let's see, that guy up there and then that guy, the other guy in the far corner. Those guys gave some slight misinformation to you guys. So we had a storm roll through about 2 weeks ago. And it was crazy lightning all over the place, and people on the team were losing power left and right. And then our server died. And Sanyo, Keith, posted on the channel that the lightning took out our server. To which Star then posted in the forum, just updating people, hey, it looks like the storm wiped out our server. So the storm did not actually wipe out our server. Because I'm only pointing this out because, as always, the trolls in a certain place immediately went nuts with, like, what kind of rinky-dink 2-bit BS operation is this place that they don't have, like, UPSs on their stuff. Okay, so just so people know, we don't believe the power did anything to it. We do have our servers in a data center. They are on battery backup. They are all redundant power. They're all generators for backing up their battery and everything, and they actually do a cycle test where they turn off the power, they disconnect the power. They do that once every 3 months to verify everything's working on it. But anyway, so this was just that server that had died about 2.5 weeks ago. The power supply, something in the power for it died. So it has redundant power supplies, but the power supplies are not showing that they're connected to the main box, and we don't know why it dropped. But anyways, that's what happened. There's a very small chance it could have happened from some power fluctuation from the storm that snuck through, but I don't think that's it. I think it was just a coincidence that happened to happen at that time. So that's the good news. The storm didn't do it, and the storm wouldn't cause problems, but the storm did knock out power for pretty much everybody who would have been responsible for fixing the servers and getting those things up, including Lord Subtleton, which made it even more chaotic because he doesn't have a phone. He has a phone, he has a cell phone, but he doesn't get service where he lives. So he gets his service through his through Wi-Fi at his house, through his net connection. So when his power goes out, he can't even talk to us on the phone or text us or anything. So adding to the chaos of that night, which made it take a little bit longer, that he had to jump in his car and drive up to, I think, an HEB somewhere around there and talk to us at the HEB parking lot on his phone because he can't get service at his house. But anyway, so we're sorry for those two going out. So we knew that was going to happen after the first time. I actually had gone up and started smoke testing the other boxes. So the power went out. We did the swap. That was like 2.5 weeks ago. About a week and a half ago, we had a machine fail, and that actually turned out to be bad memory on the machine we replaced it with because we didn't have time to smoke test it. We actually did not lose one box. We lost 4 servers at the same time because we used quad node boxes. But also the one we replaced it with, we didn't have time to smoke test it. It was having memory errors, so that was the next outage, and then we swapped it over to another machine on that that had been smoke tested. So anyways, that's the long on the server update. We do have multiple backups, and we are making sure to smoke test them 4 at a time now. Again, we definitely account for 1 or 2 machines to fail. We just didn't have things set up so we could handle 4 machines failing at one time. Anyways, and yes, I am server shopping right now to get us some new servers, but we do have plenty of backups right now. Let's see. Just going to continue through my tech notes I made here. So for this release, there's going to be some performance updates. These should help in big towns, just kind of the usual case running around. They probably will not help significantly in combat, but there are some optimizations going in for combat as well. There's some big stuff is the UI was... we use kind of one of the standard UIs that everybody uses who makes Unity games, but it just does not handle the number of UI elements. It doesn't seem like it, but when you're on a screen, you've got combat going on, you can have 5,000 or 6,000 UI elements on the screen at one time. And the system just didn't scale that for that type of system. So some of that's been rewritten so that we handle some of the more tedious parts of it, reducing the calls by 95% or so on that. So there should be some performance improvements that'll help combat some. The starting scene, this is one of those things that is embarrassing that we didn't notice this before. The starting scene that we were putting people in was actually one of our lower performing scenes in the game. This came up because we kind of knew that it was performance could be a problem, but if people are logging in with the Intel HD integrated video cards on dual core old Athlon boxes, we know those guys are gonna not hang around. But the starting scene was actually worse than we expected, so some of the people leaving we know had to be due to performance in the initial scene. If you log into a game and you're only getting like 15 or 18 frames per second in the very first scene, like what are the odds you're going to stay around and give the game a chance? So anyway, so that scene has actually been sped up. It should be 60 FPS for almost everybody. I went and took a huge pass on it, and Travis also helped. He redid the terrain with our faster system. So anyway, so that's some of the other performance work that was done this release. Let's see. What else do we have? So the other big thing we're working on this release was a Unity 2018.4 to 2019.1 upgrade, which gives us some more performance stuff. We actually have decided to punt that because it was going to be blocking QA. We actually have 2019 working, but they've broken some stuff. If anybody's in there, they broke some stuff with the Unity package manager. It actually cost me more than a day of work because of the having to go and like hand edit some files that I just happened to find a mention of But if you move to 2019, you can't move back to 2018, and 2018 is broken if you install 2019 and try to open the project with it, even if it's in another string, but it's all due to how it caches packages for updates on stuff. But anyway, so 2019 is not going to happen until next release. We're going to try to do it really early in the release. But that will bring some more performance improvements, including reduced hitching and some other stuff. Initial tests showed that it did reduce. It did not completely eliminate hitching, but it did reduce hitching significantly. Let's see. Next on the list is map system. Who likes our maps? Anybody? There are parts of our maps that are likable. But let's see. I'm here. Let's see. Oops. I need to stop talking to the dragon. I'm demonstrating what we're fixing. All right. So that right there, that's part of it. Now that was actually not horribly slow. It can be long. We do see what the times are for how long that stuff takes. And sometimes it takes way longer than that. So we're changing the map system. There's a couple reasons. One is the speed and how quickly it loads, that the actual map data will be stored locally, the actual image data, which is what takes time to load. It's using a system very much like a Google Maps type system, or one of those where it has everything broken into tiles of different resolutions. So that's going to be fixed, so that should be instantaneous. And it'll also work in offline mode. So right now, if you're completely offline, like you're on a plane trying to play offline mode, you can't use the maps at all because it's trying to pull that data from a web server.
Because they're huge files.
And they're huge files. So we've done some tests, and we're going to be embedding the actual images into what you guys install. So you'll be able to use them completely in offline mode. The map will also be faster. The thing that's going to take a little more time to get over is some of the player added data, basically the pot stuff. So we will be getting things over. Just won't be in the initial release. We'd hope to get that out this release, but again, we had a lot of fires and a lot of wasted time this release due to some 2019 thrashing and the server stuff and a ton of other things came up. But anyway, so hopefully that'll be for next release, not this release coming up. So not this release, but soon. And let's see. Oh, the other reason we want to get rid of it is this is actually implementing a web browser interface into the client, which has been pointed to multiple times as a possible stability problem. So anytime Unity says something we're doing is what's causing our problems, we want to make sure and get rid of it just so there's no excuses when we report stability issues, which we do know we still have some.
I'll add also, we know that some zones are adding maps. They take about 1.3 days to make, and we have hundreds of scenes. So with one person doing it, they could be done in a couple years. So we're also looking at faster ways and other filters to just make that faster. Then, if you look at the map again, the world builders hand draw those. We load a top-down image and then hand outline and hand mask stuff and hand draw stuff. And I think we can, Damon and I can think of, and Keith probably will be involved in that. Better ways of generating better looking maps faster. I think we're trying to stick to a style that was established, but I think there's room to improve there also on the generation of the art also.
Yeah, just changing styles is a big thing needs to happen if we're going to speed up production of those. But yes, we do hope to get all the same functionality and everything in there. And again, not the release coming up, but probably the release after that will be the initial release of that. We continue, if there's Unity people out there, I know there are some Unity users out there, hopefully not any Unity engineers or people out there, so I've been talking bad about Unity. But you always, by the time you get to the end of a project, I always say this, but by the time you get to the end of a project using any engine, you'll find a million reasons to hate it, so don't take it personally, Unity guys, if you're out there. But we are, for those out there who know Unity stuff, we are trying out some of the other stuff, which lets us get some more threading, which is really our problem, is the engine doesn't do threading well. Threading was kind of an afterthought with most things in it. The engine's not thread safe. But we are converting systems to use the DOTS system. If you know about that, it's basically a data-driven threading system. That the first system we converted over this release were the birds, which you may look around and say, "What are you talking about? Are there birds in the game?" Not that bird.
Oh look up.
The birds in the skies. But yeah, look, there's no birds in the skies. Where did they all go? You know where they went? I killed them all because they were a pretty big performance hog. But anyway, so that's been threaded and datified, moved to be a data system. And so we can start getting back to adding more birds in, and it doesn't impact the performance of the game almost at all.
Awesome.
We still have to render them, but not the other stuff. And actually, this came up because some people, I forget who it was, maybe it was T-Branch or Elrond or somebody was saying they had a bunch of the bird fountains that are supposed to have birds flying above them, and like, where did my birds go?
At one point, we discovered that the bird fountains generated 50 birds, but they would avoid lots. So if you looked up in the sky, it was like one of the re-released Star Wars with like the city, like they're just all flying around, thousands of birds avoiding lots, 200 feet in the air. It was pretty funny. So, and killing performance.
Yeah. So next up, we had some new stuff we were trying to do for this release. It was kind of not on a schedule, but it was stuff that felt like low-hanging fruit. Some of that stuff will be making it the deco spawners for dungeons. We should have at least one or two of those live this release. And what that is it'll be a decoration that you'll be able to place only in deco mode, obviously. But when you place it in deco mode, it'll be invisible when you go back in adventure mode. But you'll be able to place it. It'll be kind of like the, what are those things called? The lawnmower things? Travis, you know what I'm talking about? Like for anyone who does pot stuff, the lawnmower things where you can see them only if you turn on the visuals for them. So they won't actually have a visual unless you're in a special mode or you just placed it or whatever. But anyways, when you go back in adventure mode, the creature will be there. So the one caveat on these guys, if you're saying, great, I'm going to go fill a pit with these things and just stand up and meteor shower them from above and then go collect the loot, the caveat on these is these can be placed anywhere in a dungeon that there's a deco surface, but they do not give rewards. They do not give experience. They do not give loot. But they are cool if you're actually trying to make a cool dungeon. You're trying to build up story stuff. That's yet another. That's one of those pieces we've been talking about for a while. Let's see. So anyways, I'll make sure and get one or two of those in for this release. I think we have one done right now, but I'm going to try to get a few more that are more interesting. Deco Teleporter. I'm still testing it, but the Deco Teleporter may make it as well. For those who don't know, that'll be a deco for your dungeon that you can place. There'll basically be a couple of different categories of them. There'll be like Type A, Type B, Type C. If you place a Type A and then you place a second Type A, it'll basically step onto one of the A's. It'll teleport you to one of the other A's randomly. So basically it'll be a way you can build out your dungeon. You can expand your dungeon. And you can have teleporters in it as well. And if you want to, you can use the random feature of it, which is just go place like 10 of them and then see who can get out the fastest. Or that can even be for people who are trying to put together like PvP dungeon stuff or do tournaments or stuff like that in a dungeon. Imagine like having a dungeon where you build it out and you got your big dungeon with lots of mazes and stuff like that, and basically everybody has to start by running onto the teleporter and then doing a last man standing.
Do you think someday those could work for pots?
They could work for pots. I think we may need a real system to make them work for pots as well, but I mean, honestly, we could just do what we have right there. The question becomes, we'd have to make them pot decos to make sure there's not like some dude trolling the town by putting down like 10 teleporter spots inside of a little walled off area so people teleport in and just get stuck on their lot or whatever. But if we did them as a pot deco where they could only be placed as a pot deco, we could definitely do that. Would definitely work, and then the pot manager could actually, governor could handle it. Also, in terms of pot management, stewards will now be able to slew as well. That's another one I think we've mentioned before, but I'll just throw that out there in case anyone mentioned it or missed it last time.
Someone asked, do we still have donation or monthly donation goals? And I actually love the change we've done, if you guys want to talk about that. With the, we have rewards.
We do not have monthly goals anymore. We just have if you're part of the rewards program, you get 3 rewards every month, and they're exclusive to the rewards program. So that's the change we made. So there's no longer a try to get to a certain goal, and there's a number of rewards based on that goal, and no, it's all just part of the rewards program, and it's automatically 3 items every month.
And
so
the other thing that's important to note on that is we were looking at killing it for a while just because we got so many CS tickets, and we're trying to minimize our CS tickets. That's never fun. But because people didn't realize, like, oh, it may take several months for us to get those all done. So the other thing we do now is we pre-build them so that when it's basically instant gratification, which I think most people really like as well.
Yeah, so you get them as soon as you start the release versus wait multiple releases to get them. Like, for instance, we're just now getting to the ones from release 64 versus you get them as soon as you log in. So instead of having this backlog, they're done beforehand. So prizes?
Oh yeah, I'll do prizes too.
Yeah.
You want to tell people about mannequins? Will I do prizes? Because I got to do a lot of work to make prizes happen.
Yeah, you have to do a ton of work. You have to type run. All right, so I'm gonna have to get Travis to help me a little bit because I haven't actually used them yet because we're still debugging it. But basically, you're gonna have there's gonna be a male and a female mannequin, and they're basically wooden mannequins, and there's a craftable one it'll just be basic pose that it's down at your side, but then there's going to be, you can buy other poses in the Crown Shop that are more like action poses, and then the mannequin has slots for the head, for like basically the same slots you have.
It's a pretty cool UI. Yeah, you interact with it and it opens up with all the slots, and you just drag stuff into those slots. It's cool.
Yeah, so just like it's like the character sheet, except you don't see a character. You just have, how many slots. There's like a head slot, and then the hands, the back, the chest, the legs, the feet, gloves, and then so you drag all the items into the various slots. And then the mannequin displays those items. So that's how versus have it be posable, because we started to talk about like, well, let's make it posable, but then we're trying to figure out what a UI for making it posable would be like and how long that was going to take us, and then we started mapping that out. And it was going to make mannequins we weren't going to have mannequins done for months. And so it was just like, we're just going to say, well, look, you just can have mannequins that have different poses. And so you can have different mannequins that have different poses, and then will be done quickly. And so then mannequins will be, instead of months to do mannequins, they'll be done almost immediately. And so you just drag items into the slots. So you drag a hand item into the hand slot of the mannequin, and then the weapon or the glove item shows that in there.
I'm excited. It's super cool.
Yeah.
I did run the prizes, by the way, but there's a log jam on our build agent. We only have 11 build servers. And there's a lot of stuff going on because we're like prepping live builds, and we're doing QA builds, and there's dev builds, and there's other stuff, but I did just manage to force it to the front of the list, so I think it'll finish up any second now. Wait for it.
I just looked at my game client. If you guys are texting us, I think we're focused on the chat and a couple other things. If you whispered me, I probably missed it. And I'm sure if you whispered Atos, he might have missed it also. We'll try to catch up. If you can keep it in the stream channel, it's more likely for us to grab
it. All right.
Yes,
it may take
similar.
a few minutes here. We'll have to keep talking on other stuff. Let's see. I know one thing that'll come up. We'll make sure and get this in the list this time because people yelled at me quite a bit for not having a list of them out there when we did the reports, because Star loves it, how good I am about putting things in the release notes. But I'll go ahead and spoil some because people were asking about it, which is the artifacts that I got converted this release. So this release, here's the list of converted ones so far. I may get some more done this weekend because I got Maxine out of the house. The Belt of the Brutal Butcher, Belt of the Ox, Belt of the Patient Harvester, Ring of Cat's Grace, Ring of the Cuddlekin, which also got some new features is added to it as well, all versions of it. The Ring of the Deep Woods, the Ring of the Frogkin, which also got some stats. Ring of the Gambler, nice. Pax Ring, Spider Silk Belt, Zenbo, Spider Leg Staff. Those are the ones I've done so far.
That's awesome.
So about probably 2 more releases and I'll have all the old ones done.
That's great. That's super cool.
And also, let me go in and thank That Which Lurks, Babonzai 128, Auravandal, That Which Lurks, and Stymie LLTS. Thank you, guys. Although you all pale in comparison right now to Snugsy1 and Sea Bear Battle, and Catherine Rose as well. But thank you.
Thank you, Stymie from the Syndicate.
All right, next round of prizes. Fire Dance Spin emote goes to Atanic. Breathe Fire emote goes to Twisted. Ornate Fan 4-pack goes to Mr. Cuddles. Large Ornate Stone Fireplace 9-pack goes to Cypher Black. Marble Bathtub goes to Chaotic One. And Rustic 3-story Village Waterhome goes to Gwynlian, yeah, it's not pronounceable. There's like 4 vowels together there. But you know who you are, Gwynlian. And those guys will get their prizes assigned. They'll be sent out. We do those programmatically, and Burning Toad will probably do those on Monday.
I've seen it asked a couple times, can pot owners scale devotionals? Devotionals are a little tricky because of a couple of things. There's fields for interactives to get the buff, and there's also VFX involved, so they're a little more complicated. We can look into it, but that's one of those things that you interact with and they give you buffs, or they have another function. When you scale them, all those little trigger volumes can get scrambled. So maybe someday, but that's the reason why it's more complicated than just a regular statue or something, because popping in them to get the buff is kind of a thing.
Yeah, and see, my plan for this, the tech stream, was I was actually going to go cover some of the profiler stuff and show people some sample profiles and show them some problem areas, like, say, Central Brittany, but somebody summoned me to a different scene, so I can't show you now. But this was kind of the rough idea to show you this was a pot over here in this section, and this was Central Brittany, to give you an idea, and this is showing the frame time.
Oh, you can go back. I'm sorry. Sorry, I kidnapped you.
Well, we don't really have time. We talked way through that stuff. Star was trying to cover for me because he didn't think I had any content, but I did have some content.
Trying to switch our stream background.
Yeah, and this is also showing the, if you use the LOD distance, this shows the exact same spot, and all I did was turn up my LOD distance. You can see it actually increases the CPU and the GPU side of things. You can see down here, this section in here, this is showing the rendering performance. This is showing basically draw calls and poly counts on things. And this is when I turned up the LOD distance again. That helps big time with everything. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, hold on, let me get those guys back on there. This is if you go to your video settings and you change your level of detail slider here. You can actually see doing stuff on screen.
Yeah.
But you can turn it down for better performance if you want to.
Oh, you can see that route changing, yeah.
But we talked through a bunch of other stuff instead of actually doing that stuff. But that's okay.
Oh, thanks for the follow. Thanks for all the new follows, you guys.
Yep, and thanks for your Master Fisherman Winfield.
JP Mythic. Oh, thanks to sub, Winfield. Hi, Winfield. Fish.
And thank you. And that's, for those who don't know, also we stream, this is our official Friday stream, which is kind of, we try to get a lot of people on here, anybody who's willing to be on camera, which is not many people on a team full of introverts, as you probably know. But we do streams most days of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think we did 3 days this last week. And it'll either be me talking tech and doing prizes, or it'll be Keith or Travis, who don't know how to do prizes, so...
Keith and Travis, well, we'll learn.
Or
by
Keith
then.
and Travis. We're going to get them to get them some prizes.
Or we get some of the Wizard Smokes and the Undones and the Burning Toads on camera for their reveal.
All right, well, yeah, awesome. Well, thank you for joining us for our weekly live stream, and thank you everyone who gave us bits. And we now
oh my God, thank you. That was
insane amount of bits, like 45,000 and
I watch a lot of streams. That's
10,000 from Catherine, like just ridiculous amounts. So thank you. It's amazing and
a little overwhelming. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Guys.
And so now we have to pick somebody to.
Whoa!
Oh my God, 25,000 from
down, sir.
Holy, wow! That's
wow. Thank you.
Thank you. It's humbling.
Hey,
pick somebody to raid.
Yeah, Seabear, since you've been so generous, and Snugsy1 and Catherine Rose always generous, although she paces herself quite a bit better than you guys do. She's not getting involved in the contest going on here today. Good move, Catherine Rose. But I will make sure and give out some extra crowns to the other streamers and kind of spread the love around thanks to you guys. So absolutely huge thank you.
Thanks, man. And we're working on a new system for. We're getting a lot of messages. We're working on a new system for those of you that stream. So be patient with us. We're working on a better way to reward stream kodos you guys can give away. And we thank you for streaming our game. That's awesome. So we're working on it. A new system, a better way of dealing, giving you guys stuff to help support our game. Thank you for doing it a lot.
Let's see.
All right, who are we rating?
Oh, I'm not sure. We got Schleif, we got Skeggy Media, we got Stabeth TV, we've got House of Mango, we've got Taiki. I would always raid Taiki personally, fellow singer, except she hasn't actually started her stream yet. I don't think.
No, it said she was. I got a message saying she was live earlier. No,
well, she's doing the starting soon thing. I bet she's going to be on any minute now. She's probably watching our stream. Probably if we look in there, she'll be saying, "Yes, I'll go start my stream." But she's actually streaming now. She just hasn't actually gone on camera yet. So, but that's people do that a lot because they're watching our stream.
You can do an in-game random roll. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 6. You could do a D6 and pick.
All right. That sounds good. Yeah, all those guys are. I know I've rated all of them at least once.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure they're all affiliates. So, yeah, we will just do the roll 6. You say?
Yeah.
And the winner is. You ready? Bam! 1.
That is Schleif.
Schleif. That's good because if you look on my screen, somebody says go raid Schleif. So Schleif,
that works out.
You will be getting the raid. Trying to be fair. Are you typing it up right now?
Oh, you want me?
Oh no, I'm doing it. I got it.
Driving.
Raid Schleif. So again, guys, thank you so much. And as Star said, do not panic because Star and me will be out for the stream 2 weeks from now. I think. Is that right? 2 weeks?
Oh, I thought you were leaving on Saturday. You're leaving.
I'm leaving
Friday.
we leave on Friday.
Oh, that's not what the PTO calendar says.
Whatever.
Okay. All right.
I'll be at home on Friday morning until about 6 a.m. So yeah. So PTO starts on Saturday. That's how it works, right? But anyways, guys, thank you so much. Massive, huge, over-the-top thanks to Sea Bear and Snugsy1, and also huge thanks to my partners in the corner.
that it?
somewhere. And we will see you guys again on Monday. I may do some streaming this weekend. I'm not entirely sure, but it's probably about to kick us over to Schlief a little early because we've been talking so long. But guys, thank you so much. Any last words?
Thanks for just following, playing the game.
Thanks for all the bits.
Here we go. Rating. Give them a follow if you aren't following. And we've rated, and let me end the stream.